Hey everyone, it's Greg Dallaire with Dallaire Realty. I'm excited today. We're going to be talking about home warranties, the myths, the misconceptions, but also what home warranties actually cover. And I brought in the expert, Jason from Home Warranty Incorporated, to join us today to talk about home warranties. Thanks for joining us, Jason.
You bet. Thanks for having me, Greg.
Oh, you're welcome. So let's start with the basics. Like, what is a home warranty and what kind of things does it cover? And, what typically is an average cost for one of those types of warranties?
Yeah, okay. The average cost is between $500 and $800 these days, but it covers a ton of items. Basically, all of your appliances and major systems in your house are covered, and it's designed to stand in the gap between or to cover what your homeowner's policy doesn't cover. Your homeowner's policy is going to cover acts of God, things that go wrong and damage large portions of your house, whereas our plan exists to cover the things that just wear out, the normal wear and tear on your washer, your dryer, your kitchen refrigerator, your HVAC system, your water heater, things like that.
Yeah, so if you're a first-time home buyer or somebody that's even, maybe purchasing a second home, and maybe you're allocating a big portion of your income, your finances towards down payment, and if a issue happens with the house, to have a additional coverage, I think is very important, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. That's the big win, Greg, is lots of times folks will save up as much as they can to get that down payment in, get in that new house. But the problem is they don't know what condition that house is in. They don't know what's about to break. And so with our plan in place, they're only going to have to be out $100 because that's their deductible. So if it's a covered item, they'll pay the first $100 of that repair, and then we'll pick up the rest. So your homeowner will actually just take that invoice and pay the first 100 to that contractor, and the contractor will turn around and send the remainder of the invoice straight to us, and we get them paid within 4 business days. It's pretty slick.
Yeah, I know I've had some previous misconceptions even in my own mind. And I know me and you have talked about it before. I don't want to be like the Best Buy guy who's pushing a home warranty onto everyone. And a lot of it was because I didn't fully understand the power of the product and also truly what it covers. Let's be honest. That's the most important thing. And I think that's where a lot of these misconceptions of these home warranties happen. So what would you say that those would be, or problems that you run into?
Yeah, I'd say, well, to use your word, the misconception is that lots of times folks will assume that, they can pick up a house that's just in terrible shape and there's 5 things that aren't working already. And hey, just get a home warranty and we'll cover it. Well, it doesn't work that way. It works similarly to insurance. You wouldn't go and buy a used car that has a dented fender and then the next day make a claim on that with your new insurance policy, right? So ours works similarly. We're designed to cover that which is in normal working order when the plan goes into effect. So the big win there is you're buying a house, you don't know what condition those appliances in. Maybe they're 20 years old. Something's going to break, and there's a good chance it's going to break in that first year of your ownership, or in our case, we have a 14-month policy. But with us, you're covered. So at most, you're going to be out $100.
But yeah, it's the issues that already exist that could create a problem, I think, with home warranties, right? There's just people that think that they're just automatically covered, and it's not. It does not work that way. We want to be very clear to people, and I think you do an excellent job truly laying out, the basis for coverage. And home warranty incorporated is not going to cover every single thing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean.
You explain it to me that the item needs to be working correct before that policy is in place.
Yep. So it doesn't mean that your buyer's going to get into a home and they notice a little squeaking sound with the washing machine and bang, you get a new one from us. No, the item has to fail. And when it fails, we'll offer the parts and labor associated with that failure, with what broke. And then we'll either fix the item or allow your homeowner to just take that money, let's say it's $400 toward a washing machine, and apply that toward a new item, because maybe they want a new one anyway and they don't want to put any significant money into something that's 15 years old. So I think that's what helps folks be really happy with us, is we let them choose what to do, and even we let them choose who's going to do the work. We lead with that. We allow choice in contractors all the time. So that's huge.
So realistically, so if somebody were to already own a home, you can offer that type of service, correct? I know me and you always just get focused on, hey, we're buying a house or we're selling a house. But realistically, if somebody sees this and they already own a home, what are those options?
For sure. Yeah, it works the same way. So, I mean, you could buy one for your house tomorrow. My neighbor across the street could do the same thing. It just so happens that our product is most popular around a real estate transaction because of the unknown, right? Because you're buying someone else's property and you don't know how it was maintained or how soon something is going to fail. But yeah, you can buy our plan at any time. You can buy a year at a time or jump into a monthly payment plan, however you want to do it.
That's awesome. That's the other thing I like about Home Warranty Incorporated is that you actually have a lot of different options. You have options if a situation comes up where you have coverage and you can decide to take the money from that and invest that into a new unit. I think the other unique thing, like you mentioned, is the 14-month, which we didn't really touch on. The conception is that a home warranty is 12 months. And for the majority of home warranty companies, that is the case.
Yep.
One of the reasons we liked you initially was that you have a longer coverage period, right?
Yep. You're right. Most of them are 12 months. Ours is 14. Obviously, we just wanted to have the edge there and provide 2 more months or roughly $100 more value, more coverage. But the other thing that does is in many cases, it's going to get people through 2 seasons of air conditioner use or furnace use or whatever it may be with that extra 2 months.
That's great. Well, Jason, I really appreciate you going into the details. I'm going to have a brochure that will be below this video where you can actually access that and an article, just a little bit more information about and some information if you do want to order a warranty on how you would do that. And we'll have that available on our article. Jason, I really appreciate you taking the time and offering your expertise.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
You're welcome. Dude, I mean,